Hi love bunnies, I hope you guys all doing so well. Welcome back to the beauty house. As I promised you guys in the last video, I was going to do a makeup look with the items that we bought for under $100. This is a look that I decided to do for you guys. It is a everyday quick simple look that you guys can do, but you still look very gorgeous and put together when you walk outside. If you like to see how I came up with this look, be sure to continue to keep on watching. Okay, love buzz, so as promised, we are gonna do a very simple everyday look utilizing the products that we got for our budget of less than $100. So we are gonna start with our primer, which you guys know is my Essence primer. Yeah, my Essence Jelly Grip primer. As you guys know, I always moisturize off camera, and I do that too because when it comes to moisturizer or any kind of skin prep, you also want the products to settle into the skin. You don't want to just go in and put on your moisturizer or toner or all those other things and then just put foundation and everything, every other product on top. Sometimes that can cause the makeup to not settle how it needs to, and that could cause it to not do what you want and need it to do. So it's good to do all of your products, do all of your skincare, and then let it settle in for a little bit. So now we're gonna go in with our foundation, and you guys know I'm gonna be utilizing the Soft Glam from e.l.f. You know, I usually mix both of my colors, and that's what I'm gonna do. In the video, I had also spoke about the NYX Make 'em Wonder foundation, and I did utilize that in, I don't know if I did a video wearing that makeup or if it was just I was like going somewhere and I put that makeup on, and I actually do like that foundation. So I'm gonna have to do an actual review for you guys with utilizing that foundation. So I just have on the back of my hand, trying something a little bit different. Just, you know, you guys know I always like put the dots on my face, but you know I'm always utilizing different techniques just to see how I like my makeup, how it applies, see if any different kind of technique would help the longevity of the foundation or the product. That's how you can really test, say, oh, I like a product, I don't like a product. So it's just these little things that you can do that I'm always doing to see, okay, I like this product, I don't like this product, I couldn't utilize the product this kind of a way for it to do what I needed to do for me. It's all these little things, right? I think I've showed to you guys before in a previous video that, don't get me wrong, there are some products that do work and there are some products that just don't work at all, no matter what techniques you're trying. But again, I also said before you could say a product doesn't work, you have to try different techniques to see what works for you. So that's why, you know, sometimes on just doing the dots all over my face is cool because I also like full coverage. But then sometimes putting it on the back of the hand, getting it all over the brush so it is evenly on the brush, and then applying it that way, just little things. And then also too, depending on if you want it to be sheer coverage, full coverage, all of that stuff also matters as well. But you guys know me, I love a full coverage, honey, because that's just me. But doing it this kind of a way, or even if I was to use a little bit less product, then would give it more of a sheerness to it. So the foundation is on, and actually I think I'm gonna prep my eyeballs now. As you guys know, I do use foundation to prep my little eyeballs because I'm still in search of a good primer. But actually I'm not in search, I just have to actually go to the store and get it, or maybe order online. There was a primer that I used to use from MAC actually, and it was their little pot in the shade ochre. I used to always use that. Well, I mainly used it when I used to actually do my eye makeup. But on a regular basis, I think you guys know, I'll just use my foundation and call it a day. but for certain looks, to add longevity, but also sometimes I just want to completely block out the darkness on my lids, that would be great for me. But I've been noticing that me utilizing my foundation again and just setting it with a powder, it holds my eyeshadow nicely and it does what it needs to do. So I'm just gonna use this for now. So now as we have pretty much everything done, this clean canvas, we are gonna go in with our concealer. And you guys know my tried and trues, they just work so amazingly together. So again, I'm going to do that on the back of my hand. And I'm going to attempt, no promises, I'm going to attempt to do a small amount of concealer under my eyes. But you guys know me, no promises, honey. Okay? Because I love a good little jazz number under my eyeball. But again, you know, I'm trying to make this so it's really like a everyday wear. And some people don't really want to have a highlighted under eye every day. So that's what I'm going to attempt. So on the back of my hand, pretty much going to mix it together with my brush. Don't judge me, I got to wash my brushes this week. Just dab it. Then we're just gonna set it. And this is the setting powder, the Fit Me setting powder from Maybelline. Now we are gonna set the entire face with the same Fit Me, because I don't want to use my other one right now on my brow liquid brush. Just a tiny bit. Dab the rest in my hand so it's not going everywhere. And just all over the face. Just a light dust. So you guys know I have been loving the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hour as well as the Milani Bait bronzers. So we are going to use both of those little jazz numbers. And I'm going to take it on this e.l.f. brush that I bought. This was the best investment I ever made, I think, in my entire life when it came to makeup. This brush, I use it for when I do my cream contour, and then I'm using my powder right on top. I might get another one when I'm using my cream blushes, my liquid brushes, and my powder brushes. I don't know who was in their little meeting and said, hey, let's make an amazing brush. And they came up with this. Whoever did it, they need a raise, because this brush is amazing. This has the perfect fluffiness as well as density for a powder. And Lord knows I've been in search for a brush like this. My other brushes are fluffy, but I think they're too loose. And it doesn't get the product the way that I wanted to. It doesn't place it the way that I wanted to. But it's something about this brush amazing. And this has a perfect angular shape to it, but also a good density, which allows me to pick up the product and for the product to be laid down amazingly and it not leave any harsh lines or demarcation, and it just buffs out beautifully. I will show you how I utilize this brush most likely in another video, but right now we're just going to use the powder side, and I use this for my bronzer like I said. So I'm gonna just dab it in there all over. And I don't mind getting a lot of product because this is a lighter shade, and I tell you guys that I build this up to the intensity that I want and need it to be. Then we're just gonna stipple it along my hairline. Now again, because you guys know I'm filming and it's like all these lines, I always put a little bit more just so it pops up even more on camera for you guys. But just on a regular day, this would be enough and I'll be fine. But like I said, because the lighting blows things out, so that's why I need a bit more. But then too, with this, I just lay this down as the base, and then the other one from Milani, that one adds that depth like I like it. And then on the face, just And you guys know I do it high on my cheekbones. If you put it down low, it would droop the face down. So I do it right on the cheekbone. We are now going to move on to our Milani. Now again, you guys don't have to use both of these. You could use one or the other. But you guys know me. I like a little extra razzle dazzle. Same with the forehead. But not too much with the forehead. Just something. I'm just a dab in motion. And more closer to the hairline. Whenever you do any kind of bronzer or even your foundation, you want it to be as close to the hairline as possible. If not, you're going to look crazy. And I never want you guys to look and start looking crazy. Okay? Then also, right where we placed it before. I'm not going to lie. I don't know who made paper towels or tissue or anything like that. Because when your eyes water, naturally you go for a tissue or paper towel. But the little fibers or whatever's on it now gets into the eyeball and it irritates it even more. You can't win for lose. Sure. Now, I am going to go in with the CoverGirl Skin Enhancer Blush. I think I told you guys I like it because it has a nice, what is the word? A luminosity, a nice luminous. You see, that's a good word. It has a nice luminous finish to it, and it is so beautiful. Now that paired with this bronzer, because this also has a luminous finish to it, honey, you're gonna be the talk of the town when you go outside. I promise you that much. So we are gonna go in with our RT, which are Real Techniques brush. This is an okay brush, but we're gonna use it for now. I'm gonna start towards the back here, like the middle here, just in case I put too much product. And then on the apples of my cheeks, just lightly dusting it. So now we're gonna add our highlight. I'm gonna go in with both my Wet n Wild and my Milani. Like I said, either or works beautifully alone, but together it's just the perfect combo to me. So that's how I'm gonna mix it. But again, like I said, either or you can use. Now, these are the colors I'm utilizing because this works for my skin tone. They do have other shades. Say if you're a lighter, more fair skinned young lady, or an even deeper melanated woman, they have other shades to go. So if you're in the lighter, fairer skin tone, they do have one that's more so the champagne rosy color, which will look beautiful on you guys. And they also have one that's deeper, more golden, and that will look beautiful on you melanated lovely ladies. But these are the ones that I use because I'm warm toned. The highest point on the cheeks, so that'll be right here for me. Just a dabbing little motion right there. I could bring it down more if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna keep it right there for now. So I have all my powders on. This is the base makeup, just what the face is looking like. So we're gonna set this down so then we can move on to our eyeballs. So I'm gonna go in with the Dewy Glow from Catrice. Again, I'm gonna pair them. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, but I will because you guys know I'm a dash extra when it comes to my makeup. So I'm gonna go in with this one first. Then we are gonna, you see how it just add a little bit more glow? It adds a glow, honey. Then we are gonna go in with our one from MK Beauty. Now, sometimes for longevity, take my damp beauty blender and I just dab just the tiniest bit. Now all that is done, we are moving on to our eyeballs, love bunnies. So we are gonna go in with our LA Colors nude. This is 24 shades in here, and like I said, this is only $2.50. That is a steal of a deal. Okay, and I told you could also get this at any of your local beauty supply stores, Target, but I had got mine at a 5 and below if you have a 5 below. So we are gonna go, I think I want to play around with this little lovely shade right here, and we're gonna go in with our tried and true fluffy brush. Now the only thing is this brush is so fluffy, it's kind of hard to get in there, but we're just gonna have to navigate it the best way we can, right? Okay, I think that's good. Then now it's just all over the crease. And of course that is going to be our transition shade. Nails on our little finger, we are gonna go in, I think I'm gonna go with this little nice shimmer shade here, just on our finger, and we're gonna place that on our lid. Just bring it towards the end as well, just so it all connects. In the middle, in the front, just tap it all over the lid. And so this is where we are thus far. If you don't have watery eyeballs like me, you can actually take this color or your highlight color and just put it all the way in the inner corner of your eyes. I think that looks so beautiful and it'll make it pop even more. But you guys know me, I can't really play around too much when it comes to anything close to my tear ducts. It's gonna bother me. But if you are able to, like I said, just bring it a little bit more, it's gonna be so beautiful. So now we are gonna do our bottom lash line. So on our bottom lash line, we are gonna go in with the same color that we used before. That's a lighter shade, but it's gonna add a nice softness to the bottom of the lash line because we still want it to kind of be everyday wear. We don't really want to smoke it out too much with a dark color. So we're gonna do this just to add, again, still allow it to be everyday wear. So like a real soft smoky. Then nails, on our other little fluffy brush, we are gonna go in with this darker shade that we used and maybe the tiniest dash of this darker, more maroony shade. But we're gonna keep that brown, we're gonna sweep that underneath the whole eyeball. Maroony shade just at the end, like the last 1/3 of the eye. Just the slightest bit. So that's gonna add a bit of depth there. This is a really pretty palette. Like, surprisingly, it's my first time using just this palette, only the colors in this palette. I think this is a gorgeous palette that you guys really should go and get. And I like it because I'm warm tone, and sometimes I find a lot of eyeshadow palettes works more so for cool tone, and that kind of deters me sometimes from getting certain palettes. That's why if you guys ever look back at my videos and probably think, why does she always get tones that have oranges and deeper browns, is because those work a lot better on me. It's not that I don't want to branch out, it's just sometimes brands just don't really work well with me. It comes up a lot cooler, which comes up ashy, which makes me look crazy, so I stay away. But this is a gorgeous palette, and again, it's only $2.50, honey. Okay, now we are gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna do any liner because I don't want to. If you did want to though, you can take an angled brush and go in with any of the deeper shades and just tight line if you wanted to. I think that would also be very pretty. So this is where we are with our eyes, and now we are gonna add some mascara. I'm itching to put lashes on, honey, but I'm gonna add mascara instead, because again, every single person don't know how to apply lashes, and some girls just don't like false lashes and they like mascara. So we are gonna use mascara today. So I'm just curling my lashes. You guys can get an eyelash curler if you want to. If you have extremely stubborn lashes, you can get a lash curler. Now my lashes used to be really long and curly. Because I wear lashes, sometimes taking them off could take out your natural lashes. But I do find once I just give myself a few months and not wear false lashes, they grow back long and just strong and healthy as ever. So sometimes I just give myself a break. Now, I'm lying to you. We're gonna do our brows first because I don't like to put mascara then brows. It's just a little hindrance for me. So we're gonna do our brows first. And as you guys know, I am gonna go with my Wet n Wow Precision Brow. So now when it comes to my brows, you guys know I just brush them up so I can see the true form and shape of them, right? My brows have fullness towards the front area, and the ends is more so where I need to fill them in. So we are gonna do just that. Just slight strokes, just drawing it so it's a straight line. I'm gonna up a bit because I'm going to arch it slightly down. And bring that down so it connects nicely. And that's my little arch. And then I'm going to fill the top a bit. And I'm not really going to fill them too much because this is a more softer look. So I'm really just going to focus more towards on the tail of the brow and filling in where I really need to. So just add slight strokes midway towards the end. So here are our brows, and as you guys noticed, I did not touch the front of the brow. Now we're gonna add our mascara, and I'm using the Telescopic from L'Oreal in Carbon Black. And I get Carbon Black because it's waterproof. You guys don't have watery eyes, so I always have to get waterproof when it comes to any type of eye anything, whether it's an eye pencil, an eye kohl, eyeliner, has to always be waterproof. So now let's start at the root and just wiggle it all the way to the top. Now this is where we are. I'm thinking if I want to add bottom mascara, which I might. I'm gonna add the tiniest bit. Wait, hold up, no. The tiniest bit, because sometimes bottom mascara could open the eyes and look really pretty, but I usually like it if the bottom is like smoked out, then I think it's gorgeous. But on something light like this, just the slightest one coat is fine, not as dark. So I'm going to take off some tiny bit so it's not as dark. So this is where we are with our eyeballs. Now on to our lips. So I'm gonna go in, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go with my Amazon pencil. I'm not gonna lie. But you can use one from, like I said, Wet n Wild or LA Colors. That's amazing. But this pack, honestly speaking, I'm probably gonna have the link in the bio. This pack came with 12 lip liners, and I believe it was only $5. So that's a good steal of a deal as well. And I'm gonna send it to you guys. I'm gonna put it in the description because I love brown lip liners. It always just looks amazing with any other lip color, well, any other lipstick or gloss. So that's why this pack is all shades of browns, and I absolutely love it. So we're gonna line our lips with that. And this is a nice mocha brown. And we are gonna go in with our NYX Butter Gloss. So amazing. This is in the color Madeline. Hello. So this is a beautiful brownie shade, but you know me, always gotta mix and layer. So I'm gonna add on top of it a little bit of my tried and true fortune cookie. Just in the center, just add it. and this just melts and it just gives it such a gorgeous nudie milky brownie shade that I think is absolutely to die for. And so this is where we are. We are all done, love bunnies. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I think this look is so pretty, so natural, so glowy. And like I said, I hope it's coming up. I'm hoping it's picking up on camera, the glow on the cheeks, honey, because I can see it. I'm getting a little bit blinded. But thank you guys so much for taking a part of your day and choosing to share it with little old me. If you guys have these items, hopefully you guys go back, rewatch this video again, follow along with me, and recreate this look, or come with any new ones of your own. Again, you don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars when you're first starting out as a makeup artist, or again into makeup for yourself. There are affordable items that you can get to still achieve that look, especially if you're learning. So I hope that you pick up any of these items that I suggested for you, and again, recreate a beautiful look. Thank you guys so much for taking a part of your day and choosing to share with little old me. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a friend. Be sure to turn on your notifications so you will be the first in the know for when I drop any of my videos. As I always say, the true foundation of beauty starts from within. Makeup is just the cherry on top. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much. Until next time. Mwah.